Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are doing a Kookaburra Shikhar Dhawan Players Edition sent in by Jarrod from the Gawler South Cricket Club. And shout out to Jarrod and Wesley who came and dropped this off. Wesley's been following the channel for ages and recommended his mate Jarrod bring the bat into me to review. Now, two apologies straight up. I've got a possum on the roof of the shed making noise, and I've had a really busy day at work. So if I sound flat, it's got nothing to do with the bat. Okay, so the Shikhar Dhawan is the top of the range player model. So now, full disclosure, this sticker here is in remembrance of a close friend of his. Unfortunately, it got something spilt on it. So there was some oil stains on it, and there's a tiny little bit of it still down here, but I have actually done a clean up on this before the review, and there was also some stains on the front. I've had to basically do a minor refurb to get it up to its normal retail glory. So the Shikhar Dhawan is the top pro bat. So this is the player replica, and it says here handcrafted English willow. You've got Dhawan there, Dhawan. Sorry if I said Darwin. That's his signature. This sticker's all textured. And this is all textured. It's in a blue and lime green and what looks to be orange kahuna stickers. You can see there, hashtag Team Kookaburra, established 1890. And that's the front stickers there. Now these are a very limited model. That holographic sticker there, when I move that around, you can see original or the Kookaburra. And you've got Pro on that one. Showing a lot of willow on the front, that's the first thing I'll tell you straight off. This is their top Pro grade. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to go and have a look on the Kookaburra website about what they say about this bat. So that's his player profile there. And it's very typical of all the player profiles I've had through recently. Lots and lots of wood in that playing area. So, you know, when they're facing fast bowlers and they can't really adjust to the pitch of the ball, they've still got something behind it if they're playing a bit late or a bit early. And plenty of wood in the middle. Typical of Kookaburra, you've got the, you know, that bit of concaving that you always see in a Kookaburra, even the kahunas. You can see there's a tiny little bit of a gap there, maybe 2 mil on there, both sides. And that's all the way through that part of the bulge, thinning out a tiny little bit as we get up here, but there's a lot of wood in it. Looks like a decent thick toe, and fairly decent up here at the top of the splice. Obviously this is their top quality willow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 grains and a 9th there. Reminds me a lot of the Tim Payne bat. Now I'm not sure if I reviewed it, but I remember seeing it online, and all the Kookaburra pros seem to be using about 8 to 10 grains, and it's what you would expect. You've got the heartwood running down the right-hander's inside edge. I watched a video that Matthew Hayden did, and I posted it on the Facebook page when he was working with Pakistan about heartwood on the inside of the right-hander's inside edge to give it more strength. But my general opinion is the way we dry bats these days, it can be really brittle. So if that's not really well prepared, you can obviously get cracks in your heartwood. And you know, you do see bats in that grade 2 level come through, lots and lots of grains, mostly heartwood. Last maybe a season because they're just so dry. And you've got to remember that heartwood is where the tree has actually stopped growing. The new growth is the sapwood, which is this part of the blade here, not this part. This would be in the centre of the trunk. Little blemish up here outside the playing area, little pin knot, tiny little bit of speck there. Fairly even, but wavy grains. Not sort of that razor sharp, but nice and even. And on the back, the same. Now, hopefully you can see the grains there. I know the lighting can let me down a bit. So, they are really nice and straight. Really dead straight through the toes. So that's something you want to see. It looks like the toe guard's actually been taken off and left like that. And up this end of the bat, we've got no markings and nice straight grains through it. Now I checked with Lockie Dinger and under 25 were made and brought into Australia. So it is a very limited bat. And Jarrod paid $1,400 for it. I see on the website it's around $1,500. You do see fairly high pricing for Kookaburra. Remember, they sponsor a lot of players, so I do imagine that those sort of costs add up. I wouldn't pay $1,500 for a bat. Let's have a look at the specs. So we'll start off with the smaller gauge and go here. 14.8 millimeters. Edge 40.2. Toe edge about 23. Center of the toe, no spine going down through it, more duck build. 26.2. Up here at the top of the spine, 35.8. Let's see if it's got any narrowing on the blade. 107.2, and that actually accounts for the fact that I actually had to do a bit of sanding on this to get some lines and things like that out of it before the review. So there's no issues with the width of the bat. We'll put it through the gauge before I measure the spine, and we'll have a look at some features. So firstly, face camber, about 4.5 to 5 mil, and top of the spine, we're looking at a gap of about 5 mil. So I'm expecting to see about a 63 mil spine. So again, we'll get the new big claw gauge out. So I have to be very careful with that I get it zeroed properly. We'll go about here in the mid position. Actually, I'll just put that side on. So that there is 63.7. I'm not going to comment on the finish, but normally Kookaburras are very well finished. This just looked like it'd been exposed to some moisture. And you can see just here, there was a gouge that was running through here. I have steamed some of it out. You can still see it under there. Let's see what it actually feels like in the hands. So I'm taking up a normal batting stance, bat up, ready to face the ball. And I think to myself, I'm holding 2.8 to 2.9. Not sure if this is the original grip. So let's just see what it actually weighs. So in the traditional cricket bat weighting system, pounds and ounces. I know some of you like grams. I'll do it the traditional way. 9.7. So yeah, it picks up a little bit better than that. A little bit better. But remember, it's on the fuller side, even though it's got a tiny little bit of concaving. Lots of wood in it. It definitely picks up around, yeah, I thought 2.9. So it's nice. I mean, it doesn't feel too heavy, and it feels powerful. Now the grip, I'm not 100% sure if that's the original grip. I've got to tell you that I think that might have been changed, but I'm not 100% sure because the fact there's no sticky tape on it. And I can't see any indication that there ever was. I'm not 100% sure if that's the original. Nice oval handle on the bottom hand, semi-oval at the top, rather than just round like a normal Kookaburra. So it does feel different, and it's extra thick. Really nice quality binding, 3 cork inserts, and SD. That's not standard definition. Shikhar Dhawan profile. Kookaburra short handle. And nice bat. And it's at this point that I realised I actually was that tired that night that I forgot to record the tap up. Sorry. Definitely once I finish giving it a polish, it will probably look a little bit better. Love to hear your thoughts about the bat. Do you think that's the bat for you? Do you like Kookaburra? Remember, I don't sell bats. I just review bats that people send in or manufacturers. I'm not here to sell their bats. I'm just purely here to review what's in front of me. Hopefully you can get as much information out of what I've presented on the video. And if you enjoy what I do, know, you got that thing there. Like, subscribe, comment. Helps me to pay off all the debt that I've accumulated to make you nice videos. So we'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much to Jarrod, and we'll see you on the next one.